Hey, I'm back again. Um, Before I go into this review, blows himself up, dude. I am doing this motivational poster thing like you did, like you have been doing. If if you don't want me to, it's fine. I just thought it was a good idea, and I just think it makes it more entertaining. But if you don't want me to, I'll be perfectly happy to not do it. So if you are listening to this, tell me if it's okay or not. I am reviewing Star Trek, the 2009 movie. Star Trek, my mom absolutely loves Star Trek. She has all 3 seasons. It's one of her favorite shows. She said she never liked it when she was little, but now she loves it, and she watches it all the time. I never was really into Star Trek. I never got interested in it. I kind of enjoyed it. I liked the concept, but I didn't really like the stories, and I just couldn't get. I couldn't cope with the fact. I liked the characters, but I couldn't cope with the fact that, since they didn't have a very big budget, and it was the '60s when it was out, it was very limited on what they could do. So I don't know. It's kind of off-putting for me. I've watched a few episodes and I've enjoyed them. I just haven't really gotten interested in them as much. I really liked the movies. I think I've seen all of them, or at least the good ones, and I like the movies. They're pretty good. But the 2009 movie, the reason I went and saw this is because it looked good, and it kind of reminded me of Star Wars, which, by the way, Star Trek came out before Star Wars, for people who still think that Star Wars is better just because they came first, because they didn't. I knew it'd be popular, and my mom wanted to see it, and I went and I saw it. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was just great. I know the characters really well. From the TV series, I knew the characters really well. I really enjoyed the characters. I really like Spock, and I really like Kirk and Scotty and all them. And I was worried, because the one part I liked was the characters of the TV series. I was worried that the one thing that they would get wrong with this is the casting with the characters and how they'd play them and what would happen. I actually really, really, really liked the characters in this. I thought they played him perfect. The guy who played Bones was brilliant. He sounded just like the guy he knew. He was spot on with the cues and of his cues. It was like with Bones. Bones had special kind of cues, I felt, with his lines and stuff that just made him perfect, and he did them spot on from the TV series. The guy who plays Kirk, I don't know these guys' names as well, besides Zachary Quinto. Guy who plays Kirk, I thought he was great. Kind of reminds me of someone I know. I don't really know who it is, but really reminds me of someone I know. He was a little different. He had a little different character than in the TV series. And I'm not judging. If you guys disagree with me, if you're a big Star Trek fan and you disagree with me, it's fine, because I don't know as much as you do. I'm positive. But he had a different character, I felt, in this one than he did in the TV series, and I actually really enjoyed that character. I really enjoyed him being kind of a rebel and kind of being a slacker and whatnot. It kind of gave him and still being smart. I mean, it just kind of gave him a cool, interesting character. I really enjoyed the Iowa scenes that took place in Iowa, just because I'm in Iowa and I'm from Iowa, and it's just pretty cool. And by the way, we don't have a huge cliff thing that he almost falls into, but I see it's the future, so I understand. Yeah, I really enjoyed Kirk. Zachary Quinto as Spock, I thought he was another one that was just spot on with the character. I really felt he was a perfect choice for Spock, and Spock's a really hard character to play, especially when you have to basically be a person that is supposed to not have no emotions, but has a few emotions, and that usually acts like he doesn't have any emotions, and sometimes goes into emotions, and it's really interesting. and it's a really interesting character that I'm really happy. I'm really happy he did good at that part, and the Vulcan grip's just badass. But yeah, I really enjoyed Spock too. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about all the characters because I thought they all were pretty spot on. There wasn't one that I didn't like. I thought they all had really great characters. I thought they all worked out fine. The villain Nero, I thought he was the weakest of the cast, which a lot of people have thought. He was I thought he did good, but I thought he was more of like just an actor playing a character, not being the part, which happens quite a lot. But I thought he did good for. But I still thought he did great. It wasn't like bad acting really or anything. I just thought his character was a little dry, and I don't know. I want to kind of talk about the light effects with the movie, with basically the lights shining into the camera, like reflection light. I don't remember what that's called. I don't remember what they called it, but they used flashlights to basically just put them into the camera to make that effect. And a lot of people like it, and a lot of people hate it. Personally, I don't mind it. I don't really pay attention to it, and I don't really like. It doesn't drive me insane, and it doesn't astound me. I thought it was just kind of cool that it was there. It made it seem very futuristic-y, I felt, and it kind of made the everything pop a little more. So I thought that was a little interesting. The story, I thought the story was very good. I personally don't like futuristic stories. Back to the Future is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Back to the Future's Part 1, 2, and 3. I absolutely love those movies. The one thing I don't like about time travel is it's very confusing, and you really got to think to understand what's going on. And I felt this one did a pretty good job with that. I felt it explained pretty well. You do have to think quite a bit about the futuristic stuff and the time travel, but it didn't bother me. I started hooking onto it. The Leonard Nimoy cameo was great. It wasn't actually really a cameo. It was actually a fairly large part. I'm not really spoil it, but he's actually in it quite a bit. There's really not much I can say about this movie. I just think it's really good. I hope they make a sequel. I've heard they're going to make one. I'd really love to see this. I'd just like to see where they go with the story, since I'm not going to spoil anything, but since it kind of changes up the series kind of mythology. I'd really like to see what they do with this new kind of direction they're going into. And it could either make it or break them. Or make them or break them. Not make it or break them, I don't know. But I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with the next one. Klingons would be really cool to see, because I really loved the Klingons in the other movies, and they're good characters. They're good villains. I think I'd just like to see how everything develops, and I'd like to see Kirk more as captain, because through most of this film, Kirk isn't captain. He is, but he doesn't look like the captain because he's not wearing the uniform or anything. He's just kind of there, and he's going in and out of stuff. But yeah, I enjoy this movie. I suggest you get it. It just came out on DVD. That's kind of why I reviewed it to now, because I was going to wait till it came out on DVD so I could watch it again. But I recommend this DVD. It's something very worth buying.